Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture.
And today I bring you episode 44 of Saturday Morning Makes for the year 2024. And let's go ahead and jump on into it.
Hey y'all, good Saturday morning. Happy Saturday morning makes. This is Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back if you have been with me for some time, and welcome if this is your first time. We have a couple of makes to look at this morning for Saturday morning makes. If you are unfamiliar, Saturday Morning Makes is an open art collaborative hosted by the amazing Jillian Norwood, and anybody can participate. We, in the beginning, started out just posting once a week on Saturdays, hence the hashtag SatMornMakes. But life is real, and so many people have joined, and this has become, I don't know, it's taken on a life of its own, for lack of better words. And we share whenever we are able to share. So if you want to post to our Facebook group called Saturday Morning Makes, and today's too, or if you want to just share on whatever your favorite social media platform is, just use that hashtag. And then, of course, if there's a specific person that you want to go see it, if you want Jill to go see it, make sure that you tag her, tag whomever it is that you want to see. And we will find your post by using the hashtag, and you can find ours by using the hashtag as well. So with all that being said, I'm going to jump on in. I wanted to start by sharing these two projects. Let me move these aside. I'm finishing up my second cup here. I actually made these earlier in the week, and I do have a video for them, but I just wanted to show them here in case y'all hadn't seen them. If you want to see them, you can find them on my YouTube channel. I'll try to remember to link to them, but I'm not always the best at remembering that. But I think they were just earlier this week, if I'm remembering correctly, so they should be pretty easy to find. I think the video is called Snowman Two Ways, because there's two different snowmen. So anyway, there is that. And then I made these sweet little tags. I think they turned out so cute. They're rustic, and they've got a little bit of that holiday shine at the same time. They're kind of masculine, kind of feminine, but I just thought they were super cute. So it started out with this little dearie from Impression Obsession, which, if you're unfamiliar, gosh, Impression Obsession's been around for a very long time, 20 plus years if I remember correctly, but unfortunately they are closing their doors at the end of this month. So I am not sure what is still available on the website or what the markdown might be right now, but you might want to hop over there and see if there's anything that you might want to add to your stash. But I used this little dearie, and there are such fun sentiments in here. I love this. You are such a... I love that. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling. Ring ting tingling too. That song's been stuck in my head now for a week. But there's that. So I stamped them out. I heat embossed them. I used the dies from Whimsy to die cut the images out. I thought that I had the dies handy on my desk, but I do not. But I believe they are called the Vintage ATCs, if I'm remembering correctly. I think that's it. And yeah, so the tags themselves, though, the tags I purchased, I believe, from scrapbook.com, but they are Graphic 45 is the company, is the brand. So I really like that shape. I think it lends itself to just about anything, really. I've used it for Halloween. I've used it for thank yous. I've used it for actual tags on gifts. I've used it for a tag that was added to a card. I mean, lots of different ways you can use these, but I mean, it's just kind of a basic tag shape, but I really like it. And it's a sturdy cardstock, and it already has this beautiful bronzy grommet, and it's nice and thick. So if you wanted to use like a lace or some kind of chunky yarn or something like that to go through it, you have plenty of room there. So there's the tags that I've used. Now, I cannot for the life of me remember where I got the snowflake stamp. I've gone through all of my stamps that are at the front of my stash right now, and I'm not finding it, but it is what it is. There are several different wreath dies that I've purchased lately, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, but just the die cut image on top of the tag just looked kind of bare and plain. But then when I had the idea to put the wreath on, I went through all of my new wreaths and I narrowed it down to these two. This round one, I could have used the heart or the rectangle, but the round one won. And then I really like this size as well, because it would just give kind of a landing spot for the die cut. But what I hadn't realized, or my brain didn't remember, was that they're 4 little sprigs versus an actual wreath. So I did die cut a bunch of them out, and I die cut several of these out. Obviously this one won, and I die cut them out of several different colors of green cardstock because I just wasn't sure. And when you see the whole paper, which I've already put the papers away and I don't have them, but this one was more of an overall pattern that was basically monotone or monochromatic. This one was almost a camouflage. Now, I don't know if you can tell a difference on camera. Whoop, we're tangled. We've got a tangled little thing there. Can you tell the difference? Can you see the mottled kind of camo look on this one? And then this one is, it's not so much. It has some texture in the background, but that's the pattern, the tone-on-tone pattern of the paper. So I just like that look better than this. Now this is a piece of, what does Stampin' Up! Call it? Special, I don't know, it's just a specialty designer series paper, I guess. I really love this green. It has been one of my favorites from Stampin' Up! Ever since it came out. And this is, I think, the last piece of this color. Now, I have some of the other patterns still, but yeah, I just didn't like the look of that so much. I like the color. I like that it's a different tone of green. It's still, maybe tone's not the right word. Anyway, there's a little bit more contrast. So, but when I just tried them different together, I like this look, this kind of more rustic look than this more fancy look. But I also die cut the sprigs out, and I don't know if maybe you can see a little bit more of a difference here. This is just kind of the mottled, and then this is the one that's kind of a camo. This is the tone-on-tone mottled, and this is the camo. So the camo actually came from Tracy Vanover Designs F-Pop Etsy shop, and it's from the Little House of Horrors. Well, I can't remember the name of the digital set, but I know it has that little Shop of Horrors feel. It was released for Halloween, and I was closing my eyes and digging into my brain to see if I could find that name, and I just can't find it. So anyway, but those were my options. That's what I chose, and that's what I used, and I think that they are so, so cute. Now, I decided that I did want to add the bling, so that's where you see those little sparkle gems. These are Diamond Sparkle from This Calls for Confetti, one of my absolute favorites. I love the clear ones. Now, the thing with this particular clear one is that it reflects a little bit of color. It's kind of a rainbow, if you will. And then there's another one, if I can grab it over here, or maybe I don't even have it out. No, these were out from last week, but there's another one that is just clear. It doesn't have that kind of rainbow reflection in it. And there are lots of other clear and white options as well. There's holographic, there's solid white, there's matte, there's gloss, there's trees, and you name it. But anyway, I used the diamond on both of these, and then I decided that I still wanted more. So I used my Sheer Shimmer Spritz. Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray in the color Sparkle from Imagine Crafts, and I sprayed them both. And then on this one, I came back in with my souffle pen, and I even added some different ones. So I like layers and texture and things like that. So I added some small dots and some larger dots, and some that are going off the edge, some that are actually over the deer, because I wanted it to look like snow. And if it's actually snowing, like a little bit of a snow flurry, it's going to be coming down in front of whatever your image is, right? It's not just going to be around or behind or above. It's going to be all over. So that is where that came in, and I think that they just turned out really cute. Now on the back, you can add your to and from if you want to. You can add a little message. You can write it in like a souffle pen or a white gel pen or a silver pen, or you can stamp and heat emboss if you want to do your to from in that way, or you can do it on another piece of paper and then glue that down. Lots of different ways that you can do that if you wanted to use these for actual to from tags. Excuse me, I am getting sick. I'm not sure if it's a cold, if it's allergies. I think it's more than just allergies. It doesn't feel like allergies. But yeah, I just had a sneezing fit, so that's why I sound congested now. And I just wanted to apologize. So, but let me move on. I have one more project that I want to share with you, or one more make. Excuse me, and that is this card. I think it turned out so nice. I absolutely love it. Let me have a sip of my cuppa. Okay, now that Winterberry stamp is this one right here from Tim Holtz. It's the Forest Floor stamp set, CMS 497. This was released for Christmas/holiday/winter 2024, so it's a new release, and I am loving it. I used all three of these last week. Now I have stamped this one out. I haven't yet used it on something you guys have seen, but loving this stamp set so much. So I just stamped it out, and I used watercolor to paint it in, and it's such a simple image, but it's just stunning. Now I could have added green layers. I could have painted the stem in green. I could have done all kinds of things in green, but I just like this. It's not monochromatic, obviously, but it is a very limited color palette, and I just think it's beautiful. So this pattern paper, this red one, is from Graphic 45. It is, I don't think I have the cover sheet anymore. I don't know what it's called. Well, here's the stamp set that goes along with it. So let's get cozy. So it coordinates perfectly. It has a lot of the same actual images in there, and I just love it. This is so pretty. This is actually, this one is the one that I used. This is the back, and it was hard for me to cut up the dollar horses, y'all. I have to tell you, it was very hard, but this was perfect. It's kind of almost a mattress ticking, but not quite. Kind of a knit, but not quite. It does say sweater weather, meaning it was supposed to be a sweater or sweater inspired, but I thought it looked more like, or lent itself more to mattress ticking. But anyway, I think that the shades of red are very complimentary, and I just love it. And then the Happy Christmas is from Lily of the Valley. I love this stamp set too. It's called Joy to the World, and now these images are smaller than the actual stamps. If you've seen me share these before, you're familiar with that. Because, like, let's look at the Happy Christmas, right? It's so much bigger. This is the image, this is the stamp, and it's so much bigger. But really loving this stamp set. And then the dies that I used are these from Whimsy. You know I don't have the names. Obviously, they're a mini slim line. I can't remember the names. But on this larger piece, I just used my 1/2 inch hole punch, and I just chomped out those corners. But I did it in a weird way. I don't know that it actually works. But it is what it is, and I don't think anybody that I give this card to is going to say, oh, I don't like the way you punch those corners. Or, oh, look at your twine is going weird. Or, oh, you've got too much splatter. Or, oh, there's no green. You know what I mean? People are going to take it for what it is and love that you thought of them and gave them a card. So I'm not sweating it. Now on the inside, I did just as much splatter as I did on the front. And I did use my Posca pens. Oh, I've got a brown and a black. I just think that they give much better splatter, and I need to refill those because they are almost out. My white is completely empty. My black is almost empty. My brown is running low too. Those are the ones that I use the most, excuse me. But I also used, again, my new favorite again, the liquid pixie dust. I did add some more water to it this week just because it was starting to thicken up again. But I will just add this to whatever color that it is I'm splattering, and then it makes that color a shimmery splatter as well. But then I went back and I just added this, and that still wasn't enough, so I added some more of the sheer shimmer spray, and I love it. I think it's so good. And then I used my crocodile to make these little holes, and I added the grommets or the eyelets, and then I added this little rusty bell with some brown twine, and I just think it turned out really cute. Now I could add another charm to that. I love the jingly sound. I started to add some greenery there. I don't know why my brain is fixated on green. It needs green, but it doesn't need green. But anyway, I kind of auditioned the green there, and I didn't like it, so I just left it. But then again, on the inside, I did a little bit of ink blending, and I stamped that image again, brought in some of my leftover paper. I love that look. I love that look. And then I wrapped this around to bring your attention to the back, where I have some more of the pattern papers that I used. And then I did a little bit of ink blending again, stamped the image, splatter, and then I've signed it. I've actually signed it. So that is that card, and those are my makes for today. So let me move some of this out of the way again. Now, guys, I encourage you, if you have not hopped around to see what everyone else has made yet on this Saturday morning, do so, because there's so much beautiful inspiration and so many amazing makers and projects to see. Not everybody's making Christmas, not everybody's making winter, everybody's doing their own thing. And let me encourage you to hop over to 2 Crafters, 1 Design. That's the name of the hashtag. So there's hashtag Satmorn Makes, and there's hashtag Satmorn Makes, and hashtag 2 Crafters, 1 Design. Now, I don't know what the theme is this week. I did not check into that before I got started, but they're always doing something fun, and they run a very fun, very sweet, very positive, and very creative and talented hashtag. So many people participate, and there's always something amazing to look at and new techniques and things to learn. So hop around, see everybody's makes, gain some inspiration, share yours with us, and make sure you jump over to the Facebook group as well. I think that's where most people share, because not everybody has a YouTube channel. Not everybody has an Instagram. So a lot of us do go over to the Facebook group, and we share there. So I wish you guys a beautiful Saturday. I hope the week ahead is amazing. For those of you who might be struggling during the holidays, welcome, because yeah, I am too. I am too. The waves of grief today are coming in very heavy at times, and then they wash right back out after they kind of flatten out. So but I understand, and I send you prayers, and I send you love, and I send you healing hugs, and know that you are safe here. And I encourage you to do self-care. My son actually encouraged me earlier, do something for me today. And I encourage you, do something for you today, something that brings you joy. Find a way to honor your loved one that you've lost, or whatever is causing your grief. Find a way to just show honor. I don't know how else to say that. But I love you guys. I thank you for spending time with me. I thank you for the love and support that you offer. And until next time, mwah, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and I'm out.